I feel like I even got horse meme that I really liked. Elizabeth, because I love her, personifying different things in the world. She's so cute. I actually love her. I should use her character design. So today I wanted to finish off the sketchbook tours I started a few weeks ago. I honestly, I was really excited to keep it going. Then I was like, should I wait? I don't know. I didn't know what the right order to post it in was, but these two are definitely some of my favorite ones. So I'm excited to share this. Let me just figure out the order. Okay, it's kind of hard to tell because they're from about the same period of time in my life and they're both unfinished, but it doesn't matter much. They're both high school sketchbooks, went to an art school. That's what matters. I showed this last time, but in case you didn't see that video, I put these super cute, I have no clue where I even got these stickers, but I love them. I love this, whatever's going on there. It's like a fun filter. These, and then this I know I got from Red Velvet's Cosmic album. So there's that. I think I should start with this one. Okay, we're starting off strong with a whole lot of nothing. I can't tell what this is. This was with my friend Aurelia. We were I don't know if this was for a drawing or for something I'm about to say, but these are moon jellies in boba. And this thing that I was about to say is, I remember we were trying to make fun, colorful boba with I remember specifically the butterfly pea flower was a requirement, but I don't think we ever found it. I don't know, but that might be related to that. I tend to redraw things from Pinterest. I think I've said that before. And these two might be that. This I know is some horse meme that I really liked, which is also a redrawing. So to be clear, I really like the detail done on the hair in these two. This was a rough idea of a painting I did. I hated the painting and then I finished it digitally. Not AI, just did what I do with digital art, but started off with a painting. I had the sketch on here and I think I had Aurelia overline it, or I overlined it, or something happened like that. But my original sketch is actually really cute and I wish I never did that. You can kind of see the core differences between these two, specifically the angle of the faces. And I was really happy with the first sketch and I don't know what I messed up. And you can kind of see why I wouldn't be too happy with this. So here's some more sketches. I did some coloring here. Oh, I love markers. Oh my gosh. I'm moving soon. It is somewhere where I cannot drive. So I'm really sad I'm gonna have to leave my markers behind. I don't know if I'm gonna buy some or have them shipped. I'm just worried about the logistics. If I ship it, will they get damaged? Cause it's the whole thing with pressure. I don't know. And then I was I don't know. I just don't know. I'm nervous, but I'm just gonna look into it and figure out what to do because I love my markers and I need them with me. Okay, so I found what must have been the original sketch. Line art is my favorite thing. Another thing I have to keep practicing and doing more of. I've been so off my game lately. I need to get a routine in, every morning, draw for 30 minutes, something like that. But this must have been the very first version of that painting I just showed because it's line art. And it's in a sketchbook and it was for AP, so. I love this. I'm so proud of that. It's so funny how you can see something that you forgot existed, but you made. We were drawing a strawberry parfait, and then I just drew some girl at a slightly downward angle, if that's the right word, because I'd be working on angles. This I think Aurelia did. This was definitely me. I can't remember exactly who's who, but I think for sure this was me, this was me, this was me. This was probably also me. So I do a lot of just drawing girls, honestly. I think I've said that before, and I'll say it again. So here's a random side profile I did. This is more me and Aurelia. It never ends. So this is Aurelia, and this is me. This is Aurelia, this is me. I think our styles are very distinct. You can really see who's who. Drew an LPS. Here I was planning out an AP piece. So this is definitely 11th grade. And I was just doing some detail in the hand just so I could know what my idea was. And then this is, I think this is I looked at this, my first thought was Madoka Magica, but I think, it's actually, now I think about it, this is the design for the outfits for these girls. And I'll put the finished version on the screen. Some more doodling. Some more doodling. Sometimes I very intentionally start drawing dudes because I'm wait, I haven't drawn a dude in a while. But then I have to throw a girl in, so. Spider. You know what's funny is I saw it earlier and it was just sitting there. So I was okay. So that looks to be the last thing in the sketchbook. Lots of paper left over. I think I'm gonna have to start drawing a little more. Since I started doing digital, especially since I left school, since I graduated, I've not been doing physical stuff at all. So then I started painting, just painting, not sketching, just painting, to keep myself doing physical stuff, but I only did a few paintings. I did Studio Ghibli painting, I'll put it there. I did my friend's cat, and I forgot her name, but she's a Sanrio character. And then I did Heathcliff from Limbus Company. So, to the next book. I got some Elizabeth because I love her, and I drew the boar hat, but minus Hawk Mama. More Elizabeth. This is interesting. I had a very clear vision for a drawing I wanted to, and I never did it. And I can like see it in my head now. Maybe I should do that. But I was doing some sketching and describing of what it is that I wanted to do here. It was very much like something sci-fi and like a fun, like blissful, like cute, like anime girl way, and less sci-fi dystopian, you know? And big city, but also greenery. And there's like a very specific image where like there was almost like an opening. It was almost like a crater, but there was like buildings in the crater. And there's like the close-up was like of a girl sitting like this. I can like see it in my head. So maybe I should get on that. So here's me messing around with my markers. This is when I first bought them. So this must have been the sketchbook that's supposed to come first. My bad, guys. But this is a cover of a song by, or an album by Takayan. This, I don't even know where this came from. Oh my gosh, I never finished this. Guys, this might be a good idea for a video. This is my character designs that I created of me and Aurelia in the 7 Deadly Sins. And this is us on the boar hat. I keep forgetting what it's called. And it looks like I just never finished it. So I'm like, maybe I should just finish it. Low key. I'm loving the detail I did in like the hands. I'm like really proud of myself. I look back at this art, I'm so proud of myself. I'm like, I need to do more art like this. This is my favorite kind of art, just like line art, anime girls. Like, I need to log back in. So this was either a redrawing or heavily inspired by this Twitter artist I love. I can't remember the name because this is so many years ago, but very distinct, very bright, colorful art. And so this is, but like, her face in my drawing is so crooked, I like kind of hate it. The eyes are so cute. I kind of love what I did there. And then this was me trying to draw without line art, and it's that girl from Splatoon. I've mentioned before, I've been wanting to make a comic for a while. I'm so scared because I'm like, I've worked so much on character design, writing out stories, but I've never actually fully created a comic. I've never like, just for fun, because I get scared. And so, you know, it's the kind of thing I'm just gonna have to dive right into it. You learn. When you do something for the first time, it's not gonna be perfect, but I'm just so scared that like, I'm gonna have a great idea and execute it so poorly, but I guess you live and you learn. It's a lot easier to critique than it is to create. This is the character that's supposed to be the main character for the comic I really wanna start working on for real. And these are a few like ideas for character designs I came up with, because like, you know, knowing my interests, it's a bit sci-fi. And her name is Alia. I've never like voiced this because it's kind of been in the back of my head, but every time I say her name, I think of that girl. Her name might also be Alia from Miraculous Ladybug. So these were 2 character design ideas, but the way that this is kind of like dressier, I was like, oh, I can use both designs. You know, I can use it in different scenes. So there's a lot of like notes here. Oh, I wrote down which marker color I used. This is me like planning out different colors. I love this. Different like sci-fi shoe ideas. This was some more planning out, just wanting to like get to know her character more. You really like get to know the characters while you draw them. If you know, the more you create, the more you're like, oh, I understand where this should go. So this is more of her, more just a fun pose. And in this, she has kind of like alien marks that are like Voltron inspired. It was more because I was like, I want her to have something that makes her look alien, but I just haven't decided what yet. So I just threw that in there. Some more girl drawings. I was really like, oh, I hate the way I draw hair. I need to fix it. So I went crazy with the detail here. And this, I feel like this is definitely Hanji inspired. I'm not really sure what my reference was for that. Oh no, I never finished this drawing. Tale as old as time, am I right? But it's Star-Lord, of course. Because when would it not be Star-Lord? I love Guardians of the Galaxy. So this is when I was just like on a little vacation with my friend, just like with Aurelia to visit my mom's friend. And we were just chilling on the couch. We were like, what should we do? We should do a like 10 marker challenge. This is my 10 markers, 9 markers, 8 markers, 7 markers. And I think what I did was I chose them randomly, like just started over, chose everything randomly. This is 5 markers. I really love this one. It reminds me of Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy. 6 markers. I don't know. This says 4 colors and 5 colors here, but there's already a 5 here. So maybe we started over. I don't really remember, but this was 5, this is 4. Huh. Well, none of these have 3. This is 2 and this is 1. This, I did another challenge again. This is 5 markers. It's just a little drawing. You could tell I really liked the alien girl. So here, of course, is the beautiful Elizabeth. And then some random drawing I never finished. More drawing, more sketching, and it's the same girl, and knowing myself, I would assume that this was me freaking out about, I can draw small, but can I draw big? I need to prove to myself that I can. So that's probably what was going on there. So this, I did a 5 marker challenge. Either that, or I was like, I want to do just bright markers. So I did Shiro from Voltron, of course, who doesn't love Voltron, and then some random girl. I don't think that's related to the marker challenge. So this, you're seeing a lot of Voltron mentions. This is me. There's so much Aurelia. She's my best friend, and she was my, like, we saw each other every day in high school. But this is me and her as Voltron characters. This is just me trying out the colors on the side here, but yeah, that was a while ago. I used to draw in like the storage room in the dark before I moved to this house. It was a different house. This, I don't love it. I remember liking the sketch a lot more. But it's from the Barbie movie. I've been looking for this. I said I lost this paper or the rubber or whatever for markers. Looks like we found it. I don't really know what the inspiration for this was. Some weird space looking thing and then some girl. More marker practice. This is me. This is Aurelia. This, I know I was trying to draw the cover of this one Nightcore video. It's like Friends by Marshmello and that girl. That's what this is. I guess I just didn't finish it. Maybe I didn't like it. I don't know. And then this, I think, is something Aurelia did. This I did watercolor, and then I did a lot of colored pencil with it. So it's just some pirate girl with purple hair, because why not? So this was for, I believe, my senior year AP portfolio. And my first one, my idea was like personifying different things in the world. I can't remember exactly how I put it. But so this one was like an undersea goddess thing. I was just drawing some coral. I wanted it to be more research based, but that didn't really end up happening. So this is the piece itself. I did some digital editing to make it a little bolder. Digital editing, once again, no AI, just me. This is some sketches of some girl. She's so cute. I actually love her. I should use her character design. Look at her cute little round face. Look at that. She's so cute. So I made the newspaper cover. It was a whole thing. I don't even remember all the details. I made the newspaper cover for my school for August. It was like the back to school cover. And then something happened. They just like gave it to somebody else. I had already like been picked out. I already made the cover and they were just like, oh, we picked somebody else to do it. I was like, hello? But so this is the sketch for that. I ended up getting my slot finally for the New Year's cover. And I think it was an annoying situation, but it ended up with the drawing and the edits I had to make made it better. And I'll put that on the screen too. If I can find the before, I'll put that on the screen. But more drawing. I don't really know where this came from. This is powder. This is Arcane. This is definitely powder. I made my friend's scrapbooks, and this was just a little sketch out idea of what I wanted her scrapbook to look like, because my friend Riley, she likes Alice in Wonderland and bunnies and stuff, and I was like, enchanted tree, swirly enchanted tree. I did have tree branches in it, but I didn't end up putting an actual tree. But that's all that's in there. More unused paper. Don't worry, guys. They'll get put to good use. I just forget what I have. I definitely want to do something where I go back and redraw old art, and not that art. I mean art from when I was 10. I have my favorite sketchbook that I own is from when I was in 5th grade. It was like the year that I just felt so inspired to create art. Like I had always just drawn. I feel like little kids are kind of encouraged to draw, and then eventually you're like, I don't like it, or I actually really love this. I always just kept drawing, but I was never like, I never thought anything of it. I was like 8, you know, just like, I'll just draw, I like drawing. But then around 4th and 5th grade, I was like, wait, this is my passion. And that sketchbook, like it like unpacks so many memories. I'm just like, I remember, listen, I was an annoying kid. I'm sure everybody was an annoying kid. I remember I was so proud of my drawings of Elizabeth from Seven Deadly Sins, specifically the like different versions of her that they show when they like introduce that part of, I was reading the manga as it was coming out. I actually still haven't finished it, but I was reading it as it was coming out. So it was when they like revealed that they were, spoiler alert, that there were multiple versions of her because she was getting reincarnated. And I drew them from the manga. And because I was still learning how to draw, I was still a kid, my best drawings were redrawings, not tracing, to be clear. Redrawings, because I just didn't really have my own style. I didn't really have the skills I needed to create something that I was happy with off the top of my head. But these redrawings I was so proud of, and I was being annoying. I had this sleepover with my class, and I remember I left my sketchbook open on my bed, like on purpose, so that people would see it. And it's funny thinking about that, because nowadays, if I was in a class and we went on a class sleepover, I get so anxious about like, oh my gosh, what if somebody spills something or it gets knocked over and a page gets folded? My sketchbook would be hidden to be safe from disaster. So that's kind of funny. I hope you enjoyed. I definitely want to show that sketchbook that I've just talked about. It's my favorite in my life. I like look back at it and I get inspired. Thank you so much for watching. I had a great time showing these. I haven't looked at these in so long. And sorry to the like 3 people who care that I made you wait from the last video. Bye bye.